One of the most common mistakes that people make when installing spotlights into their kitchen is spacing. Put simply, spotlights should have enough space between them to not overpower the area they are lighting, but not be too far apart so that dark spots appear. So, how do you get the right balance? There are some really simple rules to follow to ensure you get this right every time. The best way to explain these are to break them down into the three most common areas for use with spotlights: under cabinets, plinths and ceilings. When it comes to under cabinet lighting, it's important to consider a few different factors, the first being corners. Corners of worktops can become extremely dark and unusable when lighting is not planned correctly. If your spacing does not consider the corners, you will not be able to make the most of this all-important surface space. Plan your lighting starting from the corners and work inwards to avoid this problem. Another important aspect of planning under cabinet spotlights is to space the lights with even and consistent distances between each fitting. As a general rule of thumb, it is good practice to have a spotlight every 500mm to ensure a great spread of light. If there is not enough distance between each light, then the effect will become too concentrated. With view lighting cabinet spotlights, the lumen output will be effective enough with a wide and efficient beam angle, meaning there is no need to overcrowd your lights. It is also important to keep spotlights even to ensure an attractive symmetry in your kitchen. Uneven lights can look unpleasant, especially at darker times in the day. Spot plinth lights follow slightly different rules to that of under cabinet spotlights. The way that these fittings are planned depends a lot more on the kitchen. Where possible, it is often effective to place a plinth light at the centre of each cupboard door or drawer. This then lines up the drawer handle or the centre of the unit and creates a sleek, uniform appearance. If the width of the doors or drawers are not consistent in size, then placing plinth lights approximately every 400 to 500mm is best practice, always remembering to work from the corner as a starting point. When using ceiling downlights in any room, it is imperative that a clear and even pattern is used. If a sequence is not followed, the room can look strange and it can spoil the effect if they are installed incorrectly. Again, there are a number of things to consider when planning spotlighting in a kitchen ceiling, the first being the layout of your kitchen. If you follow the rule that no ceiling light should be placed within 1 metre from the edge of the ceiling, then no kitchen cabinetry should interfere or cover the fittings. If you mark 1 metre in from each wall, then plan subsequent lights 1 metre to the longitudinal and latitudinal of the corner light. This will ensure an even spread of light. Of course, you must also account for the positioning of the joists in the room and ensure that your lighting creates an even and symmetrical grid system. If your room does not accommodate a metre of space between each ceiling light, you should still start with a metre gap from the edge of the ceiling. Then, based on the amount of lights you want to install, divide up the space that is available and dot your lights evenly in between.